unlike Mark Benehoff, I don't have rock music. But we could just join me together in a big rousing chorus of a Bon Jovi song. No. All right, well, I'll get started. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Sean Harrison. I'm here with my partner, my friend, Brian Gillespie. I have to practice his name. It's difficult. Gillespie. He's also having microphone issues. Are you good?
I'm good now.
All right, good. Now, Brian is scared in front of people, so everybody say hi, Brian. All right, very good. Now, I, of course, walked up here without the remote. Very good. There we go. A little bit about myself real quickly. My name is Sean Harrison, as I said, and I work for LI-COR Biotechnology. I've been asked by Salesforce and by EDL Consulting, creators of CloudCraze, to come tell you our story. Okay? I don't work for Salesforce. I don't work for EDL. So they don't have any idea what I'm going to say. So I'm going to put that screen up there. So please listen moderately and responsibly. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Here's my agenda. I want to tell you our story. And basically it's this. We had a new market opportunity, or have a new market opportunity, that we need to respond to quickly. Okay? And I started looking around the organization, and I saw that Salesforce was a big win already in a number of areas. So we partnered with Salesforce and CloudCraze to deploy our e-commerce application. Now, they tell me I'm one of the first, again I say forgive me. They tell me we are one of the first, if not the first, to deploy our e-commerce entirely on the Force.com platform. That is pretty cool. So I'm going to talk about what we learned, what's next for us. Brian's going to do a demo. Hopefully you'll get something out of this. As a matter of fact, let me ask you this. So everybody makes you raise your hand, right? So I'm not going to do that. I want everybody to stand up. Stand up. I'm in charge. We'll stay here all night. All right. All right, now, if you are not on Salesforce at all right now, you're not a Salesforce customer, I want you to sit down. One person, yeah. Okay, if you're on Salesforce and you have a publicly facing site on sites, publicly facing site deployed to Force.com, I want you to stay standing, everybody else sit down. Okay, nice mix, number of people. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and at ease. Okay, so for you, sir, you being the only one who isn't on the bandwagon here, I want you to listen to my story. Because I think we're going to talk about how Salesforce is a win in a number of different areas. Excuse me. How Salesforce has been a win in a number of different areas. Okay, so I'm going to sell you, and hopefully I'll get a commission. Now, the folks who are on Salesforce and they don't have sites deployed yet, now I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to be speaking of why we decided to go ahead and take Salesforce and leverage it in a different area. For those of you who have public-facing sites with sites, Force.com, then let's compare notes. Hear me out, and let's get together later, because I'd like to compare notes and see what you've been successful with in deploying a public-facing site on Salesforce. So that's where we're going. LI-COR Biosciences. LI-COR Biosciences, we manufacture scientific instruments, systems really, because we make hardware and equipment, but we also make consumables, accessories, reagents, if you will, that make the instruments run. So when scientists have to do an experiment for climate change, for example, or trace gas analysis, or protein work, or cancer research, pharmaceutical research. Those are just a few of the areas we're in. I don't know them all because that's not my thing. But we're in a lot of really cool areas. When they need to do research in all those areas, they purchase some of our equipment. A few weeks ago, the NASA took our IR dye infrared dye, which is one of our reagents, one of our consumables, and they used that. We're getting him fixed. Good. They used that for an experiment on the space shuttle a couple weeks ago in space. That was pretty good. That was pretty cool. Right now at the Smithsonian, one of our LI-COR instruments is helping preserve the Declaration of Independence. So that's my plug for LI-COR Biosciences. I'm pretty proud to work there. What you care about is that we're a mid-sized company. We're pretty small. We're not GE or any of those big guys. About 200 employees. And we have two markets, the environmental side and the biotechnology side. Still. So we got those two markets. And they're very different markets. But the one thing they have in common is it's a very hands-on sales cycle. So when I want to sell you an instrument or something for your research, I've got to spend a lot of time in the sales cycle. It's very hands-on. I've got to do demos. I've got to do pre- and post-sale support. So we had homegrown e-commerce because through the e-commerce channel, we were making some sales, but it wasn't really our focus. Okay? But we had a challenge. You see, what happened was customers started coming to us, and they said, okay, you're making these instruments for us, but we want to buy your reagents. And we only made the reagents for demonstration purposes. We were only doing that so we could demonstrate our equipment. They're coming to us and saying, you guys are the best ones to provide these reagents. We want to buy them from you. And so we did some market analysis. We realized that for every instrument that we sell, there's 9 other users of that instrument that are either purchasing the consumables or the reagents or influencing the purchase of the consumable or reagents that we don't know about. So now we're saying, hey, there's a large untapped market here, and best of all, there's no hands-on sales cycle. They just want to come in, they want to get the reagents from us, and go. Somebody say e-commerce. Thank you, Rob. Say e-commerce louder, please. So they said, so the executive team at LI-COR Biosciences came to me. They said, Sean, you're the web guy. Build us an e-commerce site. And I did something that I love to do to executives. I looked at him, and I said, no. He said, then you're fired. I said, okay, wait. Look, I'm one of those annoying employees that also take MBA classes. And so I read boring business journals. And so I go to the Harvard Business Review, and I see articles like this that say 85% of e-commerce initiatives fail. And I say, okay, well, I'm going to take a look at this research and other articles, and I'm going to say, why are they failing? One reason they're failing is we need to identify, or people don't identify, but we need to, so we're not part of that 85%. It's identify measurable strategic goals. So that's where we are. We've got the marketing challenge, respond to the customers, get that untapped market. And I took the measurements off here because I know there's sneaky competitors here at the presentation who want to know what we're up to. But we're going to grow the consumable business. We're going to build our CRM database, and we've got to respond right now. Now, I've got a problem because I've got a technology challenge. Actually, let me go back here because there's something. Can I go back? There we go. Now, I got a tree there, right? For growth. Get it? I think, yeah, she gets it. There's also something else here. Notice a little fruit. I wanted to have a real tree in India. It's a long story. So we've got the fruit there because I had a technology challenge, right? I had to expand my resources quick. It was only just me and a couple designers. So what am I going to do? Well, I was already leveraging the cloud over the last couple of years. Nobody really pays attention to what I do. So I was already moving our web services over to the cloud. And I'm not much of a get excited, hype guy because I'm more technology focused. No offense to the sales and marketing people. But when they asked me to do this presentation, I thought, what legitimately have I loved about deploying on the cloud? And those are the 4 things. Or 5? No, 4. Those are the low-hanging fruit. Managers always say that, right? Go after the low-hanging fruit. And so, what's the fruit? No infrastructure to manage? Have an apple. Oh, man. You got to pay attention. See, we just ate lunch. Some of you guys stayed up too late at the concert. So I'm going to throw apples at you periodically just to make sure, and I'll just hand you. Just to make sure you're still awake. And if you try to leave during our session, all right. So I'm already sold, okay? I'm already sold on the cloud platform. So then I looked around the business. I said, what are other wins that I can leverage to get things done quickly? Well, at LI-COR, we've already been adopting Salesforce a little bit at a time over the last couple of years. I went to the director of sales. And I said, Director of Sales, is Salesforce, is that good? She gave me all kinds of examples of low-hanging fruit that she's been able to. She was never able to quantify opportunities. She was never able to track what her salespeople were doing. She was never able to get reports on their quarterly reports. She says, now, for sales, CRM just works. CRM just works. I won't throw these at you. I talked to the support guy, our support manager. He's in charge of pre- and post-sales support. I said, Salesforce been a, hold that for me. Salesforce been a win for you? He says, not only has it been a win, I can give you a number. I said, Dave, what do you mean? He says, here's what I did. It's always hard to get people to adopt. So what I did is I took half my team. And I said, okay, you guys are the Salesforce people. You have to adopt this new platform. You have to adopt the new processes. And I went to the other people, another half. I said, you do your own thing. I said, a year later, I can go over here and I can see I've got more knowledge captured. I see they're sharing with other departments their knowledge. I can see how many calls. We're capturing the information about the people that are calling and putting it in our CRM database. And I go, what's the 68%? 68% is, I can look at them, they are 68%, taking 68% more calls and more higher quality calls than the other department. And both sales and support love that they can access from anywhere, right? So, okay. Oh, and by the way, tip. For sales, we coordinate our email campaigns with vertical response. I didn't see that they had it's just a little utility. Write that one down. Very cool. And I have a couple of those in there. So I want to give credit where credit is due, right? So what am I going to do? How are you, sir? I have to warn you, I'm going to throw things at you. So just so you know. All right, so what am I going to do, right? I got all these wins, I got all this low-hanging fruit that I want to take advantage of. I started looking around for Salesforce vendors. I have to be honest with you, for e-commerce solutions, there weren't a whole lot. They weren't all over the place. But fortunately for us, we found WeFill was the perfect fit. They listened to what our needs were. They helped us strategize. We had great specification meetings. Anyway, I like them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, right? And so I'd like to introduce to you Brian Gillespie from CloudCraze, who is going to demo our e-commerce site and see if we can accomplish those strategic goals that I outlined. Brian.
Thanks, Sean. So as I switch over here, my name is Brian Gillespie. I am with EDL Consulting. I had the honor and privilege of working with Sean and LI-COR over the last 12 weeks, it was, roughly. Started with them.
It seems like just a day, Brian.
It does. So let me actually go back. There is one slide I want to show here. I'll leave it like this for now, because I'm going to be bouncing back and forth. So the first 2 weeks that we spent with LI-COR, we really needed to focus on the disciplines needed to really successfully launch CloudCraze in the cloud. So we had a roughly 2-week workshop where we looked at these 5 avenues: creative development, e-commerce. EDL brings the e-commerce background. We have 10 years of experience. We helped LI-COR understand where commonalities around e-commerce to help them around marketing, around product placement, around creative, and how to really put a site out there that would work for their type of clients. Integration, we understand integration. We helped integrate with their ERP system, their payment processing partner, shipping partners. Creative, Sean and his group had a great set of creative documents already around HTML, so we were able to just take that creative and overlay it right on top of CloudCraze. So these 5 areas really are needed to quickly put your e-commerce site out there. So let's take a look at what we did. So as Sean was saying, they had 2 business really groups, and they're very unique. They had different marketing strategies. They had completely different product portfolios. And they really wanted to have their own look and feel on their website. One, again, like Deshaun was saying, it was a biotech, very technology-based, with the reagents, DNA. And the other side of it was their environmental. It was all hardware, based, a little bit around the environment. So what we're able to use is a storefront technology where, using the exact same e-commerce platform, we're able to have different product catalogs, different look and feel, but running on the same platform. So across the top and along the side, I'll make this pretty quick. You can see they have 3 main categories. They have a mouse out here that has a long story behind it, but we'll leave it as that. You can see the definitely look and feel. And the same site, the same e-commerce platform, if you go down, if you go to their site, you'll see that there's 2 avenues you can go down. If you go to the environmental side and go to the store, different storefront, different look and feel, completely different set of products, same implementation. So on the home page, you heard Sean say that they were looking really for customers to quickly order their consumables. And a lot of their customers really know their products. They know what they're looking for. So we'll get to that in a minute. But we built the site around that quite a bit. But let's start at the top. So true e-commerce site. I mean, this isn't just a couple products out there, a catalog. You're going to see true e-commerce functionality out here that we covered. So let's start at the top. My account, my wish list. Logged in customers have the ability to have an account, self-management. They can take care of their own orders. They can check their own carts. They can do all that kind of stuff. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Wish list. Users do have the ability to have a wish list. My cart, we'll get to that in a minute as well. Login, we do have login. We use the customer portal for all of our login. We integrate directly with Salesforce.com customer portal. And registration process. So the registration process, we do create a portal account as well as a customer contact in the CRM side. So not only do we create a username and password for them, but LI-COR wanted to capture a little bit more information about those users. So we can see that we have the industry, what type of role this customer is playing for for their company. Address information. So during the checkout process, we do capture the information here, so it's self-populated during that checkout process. We'll also see that as we go along. I already have an account. I don't want to create another account on the LI-COR production site, so we'll log in. So at the login, we do give the user, if they don't have a login, they can. There is a link to the registration page as well. Oops. So upon login, what it did, it's going to take me, so what's not out here yet, it's going to be going into production this Friday, I believe, tomorrow. So login occurs when you log into the site. It will remember where you came from. So if you're on a product detail page, product list page, or anywhere in the e-commerce site, wherever you log in from, that's where you'll end up. Because I was on the home page, it stayed there. So I'm logged in. What it did is it already associated my shopping cart to my login. It knew that I had a shopping cart out there already, so we have it in there. As you can see, the login and registration links are gone. We have a log out link that's now active. LI-COR has 2 search capabilities on their site. One is at the top header level where you want to search marketing pages. This goes back to the LI-COR.com marketing side of their business. You can pull up data sheets on products, technical guides, and so forth. They also have a product search where it'll search only within the e-commerce site. Full breadcrumbs in the site, so as we track down, you will pay attention to those as I drill down into the catalog here in a minute. We do also support, as I was saying earlier, quick ways for customers to order products that they know the SKUs for, they know the product IDs. Customers that come back on a weekly, monthly basis to order consumables. Quick order widget, type in the part number, quantity you want, take you right to the shopping cart with those products. You can check right out. Don't have to drill down into the product catalog. My cart, so there it is, associated My cart. My cart widget shows you the last 3 items in your shopping cart that were added. It also has a couple links right to the checkout or to the cart page if you have more than 3 items. Take a look at them. My wish list. I do have an item in my wish list widget. Also have a widget over here that is dependent on the storefront that you're in. So LI-COR has 2 independent help call centers to accommodate their 2 different business groups. So this is also dynamic based on the storefront that you're in. Product catalog, the categories. So basically, you have your entire catalog structure on the left-hand side. Also follows on the top nav, same product category, product structure. This is also this also references your breadcrumbs. So as you drill down into your navigation, your breadcrumbs get built out accordingly. Let's drill down to a category here. So what we did, why did it do this? Sorry about that. I want to click one before. So there's actually 2 different types of pages that we built out for them for the product list. The top category did not have any products within it. So we actually built a page where we can graphically show the hierarchy of that category, the catalog, within the main section of the page, so the user can drill down either through if they know the exact location or if they need to have picture references of where they want to go, what products they want to see. Once we get to the product list page where there's actually products within it, products are listed here. We do support pagination, so the user does have the ability to select how many products they want to show per page. Can go through the pages themselves. So if we go down to 4 here, it should be roughly 4 paginated pages. Builds out the pagination. You can either view the page as a list or text view. So right now this is a list view. If we go to the text, if the user just wants a quick way to look at all the products without the graphics, quickly change that. And they can also sort by name and price. So what we did is when you first visit the page, the placement of the products in that list are based on a sequence value that LI-COR wanted to give to the customer. So if they want to market specific products before others, they gave the higher sequence, placed it at the top of the page. User also has the ability to change that using name or price to also sort by. Go to a product detail page, maybe? Just thinking. Users have the ability, if you saw, they do have the ability to add to cart from either the product list page, seeing the price, or they can go to a product detail page and also add it from there. So on this page, you'll see we have the product name at the very top. We do support inventory in CloudCraze. So if you want to bump that up against your ERP system, we will track inventory for you on the e-commerce site. So whether it's a 12-hour feed, nightly feed, weekly feed from your ERP system with that data, we will track that in the ERP system in the e-commerce system as well. Again, price lists, we support multiple price lists per product. So if you have different prices for different customers based on your login, we can associate those different prices. So how we do it is your customers are put into customer groups. So you can have a one-to-one relationship if you want all your customers to have different pricing, or if you have a group of customers that have a set of price lists. And based on the user login, we'll pull the correct price list for you. Add to wish list. We'll get into that in a minute as well. So we also support short descriptions and long descriptions of your product. Short descriptions is to get the message out there right at the top of the page. And we also support the long description in the lower section here. We support tabs. The tabs are fully dynamic. So the user, the admin has the ability to dictate what tabs they want on those pages. And that's per product. So based on the products, you can have any name of any tab that you want for those products. So if you want to put one out there that had Sean, I mean, you can put a tab out there, name that only for one specific product, and put whatever data you want in there. And that data can either be text-based with HTML markup tags. We also have it so you can, if you want related products. So LI-COR, if we go to the included products, they actually just have it as text or HTML text. We actually do support also if you want to have a relationship between this product and other products, it'll display those products in that tab for you as well. Specifications. So there's two ways to handle this as well, either through HTML markup, or you can, again, use a spec group functionality where you can, do a relationship between, let's say, color. So you only define color once. You can associate that with any of your products and have a color of red and associate to that color attribute. And what this does is if you build it out this way, it actually will lead into product comparison, right? So when you go to a product compare page, you'll bump up those two products next to each other. They both have color, and they may have two different values, or in their case, may have weights, shipping costs, or special shipping attributes that need to be associated with it. So before we add something to the cart here and go a little bit further, let's take it My Account. So a lot of people want to see the self-serve side of it. My Account, we first start off on a dashboard page, so the users have the ability to quickly see what's going on with their account. They do have the ability to go in and edit the information that they provided during the registration process. We also have the ability to go into My Carts. So CloudCraze supports multiple shopping carts per user. And to give you an example of why this is, a lot of companies use purchasing agents, or a lot of customers use purchasing agents to take, let's say, 12 scientists, get all of their orders, and they'll place the orders for them. Well, a lot of times they'll have multiple carts set up and order everything on a Friday afternoon. So she can have a cart, or he or she can have a cart set up for each of their employees that they support and keep it all separated and place all the orders on a Friday afternoon. So we do have the ability to manage between different carts. We can switch, delete carts. My orders. So we do keep a running trail of all the orders that were placed by a user. From here, the user does have, so if they want to go check out what was on a specific order, they can use a hyperlink. It will take them to a order detail page. They can verify what that order number was, where it was shipped to, billed to, as well as, in this case, this order was completed. So we do have the tracking number that came from the ERP system that we integrated with either UPS or FedEx in LI-COR's case. We'll get to that in a minute as well. We do keep, just so they know it was paid by credit card, and we'll see what that cart total was. My wish list. Let's, oops. Users do have a My Wish list where they can add things that they want to potentially add to their cart at a later date. We do have an image of the products that is carried along. If they click on the image, it'll take them to the product detail page. When that was added to the wish list itself, add to the cart or remove the item from the wish list. We also do support, they can add all of those items to the cart at once. So if a user has 5 items in that wish list, push them all over at once into a shopping cart. So let's take a look at another product here. I'm going to go to, Sean, where is the, let's see, LI-7000 should be in here. Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit more about the products themselves. So at LI-COR, they wanted the ability to, let's go up one, sorry. So CloudCraze supports related products. So you can have a product, let's take a cell phone. Everyone understands cell phones really easily. Your related product might be a battery or a cover case for it, or any different accessories that you want to associate with that product. So that's a related product. They also have cross-sell, upsell items. So let's go down the side here. Related products. We have cross-sell, upsell products. So any upsell products will be at the bottom of the product detail page. Upsell, I believe, is on the shopping cart. We'll get to that in a minute as well. So how that works is we look at the shopping cart, all your products in the cart. We take a look at all of the cross-sell items that are associated with all those products, and we rank them based on the sequence of those related products, and we'll show the top 8 in the complete list. So it's another quick way to quickly market additional products during the sales cycle. One more type of related product is a required item. So at LI-COR, a lot of their products are sold where 90% of the customers also order this product along with the one that we just tried adding to the cart. So it was a quick way for LI-COR to really get this second product in front of the customer to make sure that they also wanted to add this to the shopping cart. So we'll go ahead and click that, add it to the cart. So on the shopping cart, we should see 3 items. I already had 1 item that was associated with it, the data logger, and we just added these 2 other items. We do have a integration. We integrated for LI-COR with UPS and FedEx. It's a true integration, so we'll send over the cart information, whether it's the weight, if there's any hazardous materials that need to be accounted for, and we'll get a live quote back from the shipping partner. Let's see, where am I at? Michigan. So now it's doing a live call to, I believe this is going to be shipped UPS if I'm not mistaken. It is. So we actually have the shipping costs for the user before they even go through the checkout process. This is the shipping costs are recalculated again during the checkout process based on the ship to, just in case they change their mind. So here's again the cross-sell items that are at the bottom of the page. Coupons. CloudCraze supports roughly about 12 different types of coupons right now. You can have a % discount on a cart based on a coupon, % on one item. You can have % or absolute value off of one item. You can have it, the logic around you can have 10% off your cart only if this one particular product is in your cart. We actually have coupons around free shipping. So in LI-COR's case, they wanted the ability to offer only free ground shipping. So what we did is if they enter this coupon, we'll override the ground shipping value with the $0 value during the checkout process. So coupons are constantly expanding too. We're adding more and more. Like I said, there's about 12 different ones right now. So we'll go through the checkout process quickly. Again, we self-populated the build to, ship to based on my login. I'm going to quickly add my phone number in here. I'm not actually going to go through the complete order process. I don't think they want to see an order come through. Or you want me to, Sean? I can go all the way through.
Go for it. Sounds like fun.
Again, we recalculated the shipping. This is where the user can actually select their shipping option, as well as how they're going to pay for this order. I'm going to just do a PO, and I will say test order. So hopefully they catch it. Otherwise, Bill, we're going to have a good expense report this week.
I'm going to get a phone call no matter what, so you just go right ahead.
So this is where, now, if we did a credit card, we did integrate with PayPal. So we actually do an API call. We do not punch out to PayPal. We do an API call to them. We'll send them the credit card information. We get back a authorization code and a transaction ID. That's what gets passed along with the order, not the credit card information itself. So then the ERP system will get back with PayPal and get the funds once the order is shipped. Yeah, they'll definitely catch this if I place this order. So we'll go ahead and place this order. User is taken to a confirmation page where we will have a order confirmation number. There it goes. So we did get our order number. We'll have to jot that down, get a hold of LI-COR right away. And we can see it gives us just a running total, and they can print this page off if they would like to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly tab over. I'm going to show you, I want to just show the ease of the admin of this app. I think that's really important because the one thing that we wanted to make sure LI-COR was self-sufficient when we were done with this implementation. It was 2 weeks of analysis, and we completed the project in about 9.5 weeks. So that was, the complete project was roughly 10 weeks. Or 12 weeks, sorry, 11.5 weeks. So what we wanted to make sure is that LI-COR was self-sufficient. They knew how to manage their own products and categories, create new coupons, and really go on their own. So product categories in the admin, how we did this is it's almost like a Windows-based system, right? So you have folders and files. That's the easiest way to explain it. So you can have a folder within a folder, and that's your category structure. Any files within that folder, are your products. So if you remember on the UI, we had 6 main categories across the top for the environmental side. I can tab back. 6 main categories. And if we drill down into those categories, we'll see that this category has 3 subcategories. And I'm not sure if there's any products in here. There are no products. So e-product categories, that's where your products would reside. So let's go another level down. So now we see we have no more subcategories in the e-categories, but now we do have products. If you remember on the UI, each category has an image associated with it. So it's easy for them to quickly change any images that they want for those categories. So they don't need to push out code. There's no image association within that code. It's all done through the admin. Let's take a look at a product. I want some more excitement here. We need some more apples. So here we can see product ID, SKU, what store this product is part of. That is just not a one-to-one relationship. They can actually have ENV or bio in that store. We can see that we have the long description. We do support the HTML markup text for them. Availability, they wanted the right below the inventory, they wanted to have the ability to have the lead time of their products. So that's also dynamic. Start and end date, you can put a future date in your product. So if you want to get a product ready, put a future date in there. If you that the life cycle of that product is only going to be 1 year, put an end date in there. Or if you want to change that later to end a product, you can. We do support status codes on our products, whether it's released, not orderable, in creation, and depending on that status code will affect the behavior on the screen. So if it's not orderable, it'll still show up on the screen, just the add to cart button's gone. So it's a way to put some marketing information about your product out there without actually not ordering it just quite yet. Shipping information, so we do have the product weight. We have to have some flags around some shipping information. This is where we have our tab information. So if the user wants to add more tabs on that product detail page, this is where they can administer it. So you just simply add another tab, have the name of it, whatever you want to give it, and the text associated with that, or the association with other products if it's a product association tab. Related products, as we talked about, so whether it's cross-sell, upsell, related product, that will also dictate what type of related product is, where it goes in the UI. Full flexibility, they can manage that all themselves. E-product medias, any images that are associated with that product, they can manage themselves within the admin. We do support multiple images for each product. So if you do have multiple images, you'll have thumbnails, thumb through the images if you'd like. And you can see quickly that this product is associated with this particular product category. If you wanted to have a product in multiple categories, you can change that right here. You can add as many categories as you want. The products will show up in any category you want. And finally, after products, coupons. I mean, coupons are huge, right? And we want an easy way to manage them. So in CloudCraze, we create an easy page, site page, that you can quickly add any coupon you want at any time. We actually do support also if you have a list of coupons that come from an external source. So a lot of times what customers will do is they'll generate 10,000 coupons, send those 10,000 coupons to 10,000 unique customers, and they'll tell them, pass those coupons to whoever you want. And what that gives them the ability to do is track those coupons and then also use that tracking coupon that know that new customer, we don't have them in our database, but this customer referred them because of this coupon. So it's a great way to track your marketing campaigns. So we have the ability to upload quickly 10,000 in a couple clicks. Again, this is where we have minimum. You can set your minimum usage or your maximum use if it's a one-time coupon, or if you want to say you can use this coupon 100 times, it gives them the flexibility to do that as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Sean, but I think this really demonstrates the flexibility that we put into the tool, the power of the tool, and it really gave LI-COR the ability to really take both sides of the business, handle the requirements that were given on each side of those business effectively, and we did it in really a short amount of time. I mean, 10, 12 weeks is fast. It was fun.
Don't steal all my thunder.
I'm sorry.
Well, because you are now. I mean, with CloudCraze, right, we're starting to address then the strategic goals. I need my slides.
Yeah, I'm going to go there right now.
I've got my metaphor. You want to make it full screen there for me? Our strategic goals, we had to respond quickly. And as he mentioned, after specifications, just 9 weeks, we went live. And we didn't just go live with the e-commerce side. We went live with 2 different storefronts customized for the 2 different markets. And we respond to the demand. It's full-featured e-commerce now. It's not what we had before, the homegrown that wasn't quite going to cut it. So I'm excited and upset because I got a lot of work to do, because he's also saying, you know, now I'm capturing the data from the registration. So the users, when they come to our site, they're registering with us. I'm capturing that information. And the best thing about it is, well, that's wrong. It says integration, but it's not integration. It's Salesforce and CloudCraze. It's the same thing. There's no integration involved. I mean, when I was originally going into the project, I spec'd out a whole other development cycle and budget to, okay, how am I going to get our new e-commerce then integrated with all our other systems, particularly the CRM? And, well, with the Force, I don't have to worry about it. It's done because it's the same thing. So now I've got all kinds of metrics that I can watch, both not just because of the tight integration of Google Analytics, I should say, for traffic analysis. Google's got a lot of cool tools about e-commerce behavior. I love this one because this one shows me if folks click on one of the upsell products, how many of those folks then are actually going into the product detail and making a purchase. We have no metrics like that. I'm loving that. CloudCraze has 24 at least reports out of the box that I've got to learn now. Plus Salesforce has a whole bunch. And so, you know, the fact of the matter is, I would love to demo these reports for you, but we just went live. So you got to cut me some slack. So we've got a veritable harvest of metrics. Thank you. So that's cool. And I love the platform. You've heard all these things. I mean, it's turnkey now. I got in-house my designers that look to me. They're starting to pick up the Force.com platform. That's cool. The best thing about it is I can focus on now our internal procedures to accomplish goals. I don't have to worry about the infrastructure. I don't have to worry about any of that jazz. And that's way cool. Another tip, by the way, for administrators managing data demand tools. Absolutely write that one down. It saves our life, demand tools, in managing data in bulk and getting it in and out of Salesforce. So just a shout out to them. Thank you, demand tools. All right, so we're talking, as I say, you got to cut me some slack, so we just went live. But I'm pumped, right? Because I got the promise of all this business intelligence in real time, building the CRM with actual customer data, turnkey, by the way, because it's integrated. It's the same thing. I can coordinate now with sales and marketing and do all kinds of promotions. So we're really jazzed. So can you be me? Yes, you can. You can do this. I mean, they asked me to do the presentation, you just come and tell the audience, you know, what were the main things that made you successful? And these are the basic steps. You know some of these things. Some of them seem like no-brainers. But number one, identify some measurable strategic goals. I don't know how many times I've worked on projects that just didn't have that. We had this. It's been a success. Obtain those needed disciplines. There were 5 or 6 on your slide there. I mean, 5. He knows them. Talk to him after the show. Partner with Salesforce. Talk to them. I've gotten great support for them. As we've been going through the process, there's been a couple bumps. I call Salesforce. I say, Salesforce, I don't understand this. And they are back at me. Not just my account exec, but she's got me contacting the product manager and support people. Pretty soon I have too many phone calls. I wish I never told them that I didn't like anything. So partner with them because they will help you. Partner with CloudCraze. Of course, I like CloudCraze. Do your research. Understand the platform. Understand the advantages. Understand the changes. So you're still going to have to adopt software development best practices. You still need to plan. You need to do that. Do your research. I'll have some links here that'll guide you, or what I use anyway. And then count the cost. It was a big project for us. And so when I sat with the executive team, we did our budget. And I said, these are serious strategic goals. We need to commit some serious resources, and we did. We need to get together with some serious partners. Salesforce for the platform, CloudCraze to provide the solution. And I fully commit to being at Dreamforce next year. I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to say, here's how we met and exceeded our sales goals for the year. Between now and then, I plan on blogging, communicating, but most of all, I look forward to telling you how successful we've been in 1 year's time. Thank you very much. Now, we do have time for questions, if there are any. Those are resources that I use. I love the community, the Salesforce sites. I Twitter all the time. Booth 411 for CloudCraze. And, of course, if you have questions for me, that's my information there. And please fill out a survey, particularly the poor guy that I hit in the shoulder with the apple. And thank you. Questions? Yes, ma'am.
I have two questions. The first is, can you support recurring payments, like subscription services, with this model?
I'm sorry, Rob?
Subscription services, recurring payments over.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
That's all? Yes?
Yes.
Second question.
So so your product, depending on the product that you have in your catalog, it's either a one-time cost product or you can set up the product as a monthly.
And it's a typical PayPal VeriSign backend. Okay. Second question, since you're capturing the sales data right in Salesforce, are you then tying that back to the contact or the account?
I mean, that's a good account.
We're working on that right now, but yes, we are going to do that.
Okay.
Yes?
How do you do localized selling around the world, localized pages, different currencies?
Right. So our price lists do support multi-currency, and we are utilizing the Salesforce.com multi-language capabilities for our platform. So everything's using for the language, it's using the Salesforce.com functionality. For pricing, we built that into our price lists.
Indeed, the only reason that we're not doing it right now is simply because I was going to go nuts if I tried to take on too much. So I had to tell our subsidiaries in Germany and the UK, give me 6 months at least, and then we'll talk. But that was only because of management, managing the project as opposed to the technology. I am excited about what we're going to be able to do.
Yes?
Do you support other payment gateways like CyberSource?
So we've, in the past, integrated with other payment gateways. We've done CyberSource, PayPal. Those are the two big ones. USAE, e-payments. So yeah, we've integrated with many gateways in the past. Yes?
It looked like you had a tab for e-products. Does it integrate to or already using products and price books?
So if you're using the portal user, we do not have visibility. That portal user logged in on sites does not have visibility into your products and CRM side. So what we've done is we've actually just migrated those over into our product in our catalog. Absolutely, yes. Yep. So our promotion, we have a whole promotions module, as well as your coupons, all time-based. Yes?
Have you integrated with Amazon or anything for electronic delivery, like electronic product?
No, we have not yet. We have done some work in the past, not necessarily in CloudCraze, but we have done in the past as an e-commerce group, electronic delivery, but not through CloudCraze just yet. Yes?
Do you retain credit card information in your system or
No.
push it out to the payment?
Right. So when we integrate with the payment processor or that gateway, we actually give them the credit card information. Some gateways also will have a customer profile. So we don't. At one point, we don't even have to push the credit card number out to them anymore. Just that profile ID, right. And they'll retain that credit card information for us.
So do you already have that functionality built
in?
Yes.
Yes.
What is your solution for configuration
Right. So we actually have a partner, a configuration partner, Big Machines. We actually have an integration with currently, and we do support configurable products within CloudCraze. Yes.
For every sales that you have on e-commerce, does it actually tie to the opportunities, or what is happening on the back end?
So that's a good question. I'm not a big back-end person. I believe.
On the CRM, what happens when there's an order coming?
Right. So that order is tied to the portal user.
Okay.
So that's where that piece is tied. You can run reports based on the portal user and then your contact to determine that information.
But is the order stored somewhere as a record?
The order is stored into an order table, and that order is associated with a portal user.
Okay.
Yes.
Call me in December. We'll talk.
Yes.
So you said you were working on trying to associate order history with contacts.
Correct.
How are you going to handle customers who may forget to log in and then duplicate themselves, like signing in under a different name? How do you plan to string those projects together? Say the user comes in 1 year and buys a bunch of stuff, logs in a year later and forgets their original information, so they create a new login, which
Mhm.
they'll be able to it's like, do you have a mechanism for matching them, or are you not concerned about it?
Well, we do. It's our sales order entry people, right? I mean, obviously they're going to be looking at metrics, they're going to look at reports, see what orders are coming in. For many of our instruments, it's still going to be a sales cycle where we're going to be touching orders. Now, for the reagents, that's not going to be the case, but for a lot of our markets. So let's say in your case, we're going to have people reviewing what kind of orders are coming through, and if we're going to see the same people, and they have to put the same organization as well. So it's going to be tied to, well, we'll have a people group organization, all that jazz. We'll take care of it. At least that's what I tell my team.
Yes.
Sean, did you review customizing this on site platform rather than doing with Craze?
I'm sorry, sir?
Did you review building this on your own on the site?
Did I have?
I think the question was, did his team build it himself?
No. Did you
Review it?
Yeah, development on the site platform rather than doing with the Craze Cloud on Force.com. Don't we have sites that you can publish your e-commerce? Yeah, Salesforce sites.
No, I don't guess we did. Is that bad?
No, woman.
Oh, we can't end on that note. Come on.
Well, I'm curious how much % of sales you expect to go through this portal.
You're one of those competitor spies.
Well, all of our selling is online currently, so I'm just curious, do you think are you looking to migrate a majority of your sales to the system? What kind of scale do you think you can support?
Well, see, you got a very different sales model, right? So most of our orders currently are phone or fax. And currently, I'd say with the old site last year, we were probably at 5% of our orders coming through in the online channel, okay? So what we're trying to do is we want to drive then the other, we got 80, right? What did I say, 5, 95? I don't know, whatever. We want to drive half of those over to the e-commerce site. And so we spent a lot of time making sure that, well, driving Brian crazy because we kept changing stuff to make sure that it fits our hands-on sales model. We may literally walk people through the site as they're buying some of the, the bigger purchases, right? For the reagents market that we want to grow, 100%, baby. We want them all through the e-commerce channel.
Okay.
That's what it's all about. That's where our focus is. So if you have any pointers for me, I'd love to talk to you. Seriously. Anything else? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.